Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's day is going well. Hope everybody had a wonderful day at the workplace, or if y'all working from home. I hope things were going well. Zahim is about to come in now. He's in now. What's up, Zahim? Come on in. Zahim, one third of the Force MDs. We going live right now. Hey,
Hey,
what's
it
up?
was good. It was good.
What's up? Long time, a long time.
Yes, yes. How's it going? Happy New Year and everything.
Same to you. We are about to be in a new month.
Yeah, yeah.
Only God knows when was the last time we seen each other.
Man, that's when everything was open.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Wingate in the summer of 2019. That was the
Okay.
last time we saw each other.
Wow.
Hmm.
A minute. Yeah, that was a minute ago.
Hmm. Okay, okay, okay. How you hanging in there in this crazy time in this cold weather? It's actually warm today.
Yeah, today was pretty good. Today it was better than a lot of days out here in New York. You know, I mean, I had just came from Atlanta, so Atlanta was a little cold too. But
Hmm.
today was a nice day. It was a nice
Hmm.
day. And it seems like everybody's in good spirits. I mean,
Zahim, who is this that just joined the live? C Wolfie underscore. Who is this?
see Wolfie.
Who is this? Coming to my live like saying all sorts of disrespectful things.
What do they say?
Oh, not this
With
like
that?
I'm
Oh
not with
yeah,
it.
come on. I gotta be respectful, man. Come on, see. Come on, let's show some love. Let's show some love, man. We in here, today we're gonna chop it up, man. We're gonna get some good juice on what's going on.
Okay.
We got the
Okay.
Silver Swan Entertainment, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
what it is.
Yep, yep, yep.
All
So
right, man. Come on,
I'm
let's
looking
get it.
forward to visiting Atlanta. Everybody says it's nice out there.
Atlanta's beautiful. Especially if you're in the business, Atlanta's the place to be if you're doing it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. All right. Speaking of the four SAMDs, whose idea was it to let you come in the group? Was it your idea, the group's idea, or your uncle Stevie D's idea?
Uh well, for a while I've been working with them behind the scenes. I would do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, help with the show tape or, do some harmonies in certain songs and it was already it was already as if I was in there already, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um but being that, with some stuff was moving here and there, I had a few things going on. I'm in different projects, with the Ice T and my solo stuff. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, when my uncles, both of them came to me and was like, yo, if you're trying to get down, like let's just do a couple shows, like make some money, still do your solo thing, you know what I mean? But just come rock the stage with us, Get
Mm-hmm.
and to me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get the experience. It ain't even just the money; it's just the experience, and I'm doing it with the family, So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's how the vibe was.
That's amazing. And the first time I met you in 2017, when I seen you perform live with Stevie D and Khalil, I was like, wow, this brother really does have some talent. He got something in him.
Thank you very much. I remember meeting you too. You was real. You was on your PR game. You was like you was in there. You was hustling.
I've always been in my PR game. You just gotta be consistent at what you do, and you just keep on rising to the top.
That's right.
And I've been getting positive feedback since day one, and I'm still getting it.
And I watched your growth. I've seen how you, from how you was moving into where you at now, and how we in this whole virtual thing. I
Mm-hmm.
see that you keeping up with the times, and I see you grinding. Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you so much. And I know you're a father too, and your daughters put out a few songs and are into music. How is that going? How's your relationship with your daughters, with you, your daughters and music?
Um, it's good. It's beautiful. I mean, they're learning every day. They're very they want to learn. They're very creative. They're very, they know how to do a lot of little cool things, and being at the technology today and all the little platforms that's out right now. That
Mm-hmm.
all that is right there is just bringing out all the other little creative stuff that they have stored up in their brains. And I did the during the pandemic. It was a good time to really sit back and kind of slow down for a minute, and
Mm-hmm.
just understand what you have and what's around you, and and what's important. You know what I mean? And what was important to me at that time was, like, educating myself and educating my kids as well on, you know self development. You know what I mean? And just
Mm-hmm.
making sure that you know how to survive, and you know how to invest in yourself, for the long run. So that was a lot of my attention during that time
Mm-hmm.
with
Yeah.
them.
Uh-huh.
As you can see what's going on in the soundtrack.
Mhm.
I know you hear the
I hear a
sound.
baby crying over
Yeah,
there.
I got everything going on in here. You name it.
Mm-hmm. You have a newborn?
Yeah, I have a 1 year old.
Oh wow, I didn't
One
know
year
at
old.
all. I didn't know. What's her name?
She's one going on 15. Her name is
What's her name?
India Rain.
India Rain. Oh, and I know your daughter's name are Milan in London. And let me tell you something. The first time I met those little girls, they were so cute. They were just fighting over a chair. Me, I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there. Oh
Yeah,
gosh. I
they
was
be
like,
doing
oh,
too much.
they
They do
still
the most.
fighting now?
They do the most. They 1 minute they fighting, 1 minute they singing songs and making up dances
Mhm.
and TikTok.
Oh.
They all over the
How
place.
old are they now?
London is about to be 11 in a couple of weeks. March 1st, she's gonna be 11.
Oh
And
wow.
Milan's gonna be 8.
When?
She's gonna be 8 August 31st. All the
Oh.
personalities I got around me.
Pisces and Virgo.
Yeah,
And once
Virgos
again, happy anniversary.
and Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
That's the little one.
Mm-hmm. And so once again, happy anniversary to you.
Thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm. So, speaking of your relationship with Ice-T, we all know that you're his protege, and you recently put out a single with him. That song called Take a Stand. And the video basically represents protecting our black men and women, and stopping violence, killing guns. So basically what did you get out of it while you were singing and while you were shooting for that video?
Uh, that song, actually, I wrote a while ago, man. It was about probably 10 years old. This song is about 10 years old. Take a stand. And at that time, I was in my boy Ninja's crib. Shout out to Ninja.
Hmm.
And
Wait,
that was
sorry for cutting you off. You wrote it 10 years ago, but it came out this year.
it came out last
Okay.
year. Last year,
Last year?
2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Take a Stand came out 2020, and it was written in like 2013, something like
Mm-hmm.
that, maybe less than that, you know. But what else? Let me see. Yeah, that song was written so long ago, and it's just like it means today. It's
Mm-hmm.
happening today, and that's just the crazy part. That's all I can really say. Like at that time, I was thinking about Michael Jackson and Akon, a
Mm-hmm.
collaboration. Like, what if Michael Jackson and Akon? It was on a whole another beat when I was doing it. So, uh, and then it just came to this beat. I linked up with Donnie Lau, who's a
Mm-hmm.
platinum producer, and he remade the beat for me, and I
Mm-hmm.
just it was 2020. A lot of stuff was happening, and that song was just so right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just dropped it again. You know.
Mm-hmm. And I know, like, racism and killing has been happening for quite a long time. And, like, it's just too much. It's like since the early 2010s, it's like the killing of innocent black people just keep on increasing. And I'm just like, when is this gonna end? Why are people our color going through this?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take a while for it to really even spark.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's gonna really touch it more is if we really start supporting each other and changing the media that we watch, changing the type of music that we make and listen to. Once we get into that zone where people is like on some contemporary, up to date, respectful music,
Mm-hmm.
it'll change people's way if they vibe. I think music is very important to the daily life because it's a
Mm-hmm.
soundtrack to everything. You get in the
Yeah.
car, you probably got the radio on. You in the shower, you got music on. You singing in the kitchen. People use music to go to sleep. You got to go to the club. Music is everywhere. Music is life. So if you take that out, if you take that out, what would really balance the moods? You know what I'm saying? It'll just be some straight raw attitudes from every emotion. So I think if we all pay attention to music and media, what we watching on the news, what type of music videos we portray, all of the internet character thing that a lot of these people do is like, for likes and views. This is where the new generation is copying. They copying trends and challenges. They hearing lyrics and songs. They watching videos. I just told my grandmother today because she heard the album Butter. She heard my album Butter Smooth, and she was like, "You see, this music right here. I can listen to this. I
Mm-hmm.
can't listen to all of that. That all that stuff, that rap stuff they doing now. Like, I said, she was like, I don't know why it's still going. I said, well, I said,
Because people
Granny,
are supporting it, like rap
they
music
supporting it.
nowadays, and it's garbage. I was like, dude, that old auto tune is like, people like, can't rap. They just like, yell, like, it's just like, they like, yelling while they talk. I was like, how do y'all enjoy music like this? Don't it give y'all a headache? Don't it give y'all like, amnesia?
I think if the girls like it, the guys like it.
Hmm.
And whatever the guys do, if the girls like it and they give consent by presenting themselves a certain way,
Hmm.
then the trend will continue because that's all it's gonna be. Guys is gonna like what the girls like. The girls is gonna like what they like, and it's just gonna keep going. Everybody's gonna keep trying to
Hmm.
impress each other with the same type of shit that's happening right now,
Yeah.
and that just takes the whole thing out of being raw and real and just knowing what it is to go through it, experience.
Hmm.
You know.
And usually, when it comes to like real music, like real R&B, you know how like your new single, your new EP, your new album. So like Butter Smooth is your new album and also one of your songs in the album, right?
Yeah, Butter Smooth is the album. Well, EP. It's just a project, an off project that Ice wanted to do. You know,
Okay.
shout out to Mickey Benson. Mickey Benson actually is the reason why I connected with Ice T. You know, because Mickey been working with Ice T for a lot of years. Mickey's responsible for like Big Pun, Fat Joe, people like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, Mick got me with Ice, and that album was just an off project that Ice was like, "Yo, let's try to do some classic shit," and
Mm-hmm.
it was just a showcase, some of the vocal ability and bring back certain songs from that time that could possibly spark the same vibe that it sparked back then. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
young girls was feeling it back then. The guys was it was a trend back then where it was clean cut men on the stage. They had to be dressed clean, you know what I'm saying? And they swag was just behind on in the spotlight and the girls liked who they liked. And that type of music they was singing, it was captivating the girls. So we was like, yo, let's see if that same type of vibe can happen again with this
Mm-hmm.
type of music because these songs is timeless songs, no matter where you play them from, or what occasion it is, Christmas, romance, what I mean, anniversaries, weddings, whatever. So these type of records that we did on this Butter Smooth album. The first record was That's the Way It's Gotta Be, Body and Soul. That's the one that's released. That was
Mm-hmm.
released first, February 1st.
And,
And
and speaking of Butter Smooth, what do you expect your fans to get out of this album?
well, hopefully it'll take you into a hopefully it'll take you into a time where you would have to kind of really put yourself in, you know, uh, the mind of, you know, a storyteller and the mind of, real R&B soul music.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can tap back into that time by listening to this album straight through from top to bottom, if these songs don't make you remember a moment in your childhood or something that sparked a memory, then I don't think I did my job because that's what it makes me feel like when I'm listening to it. When I be listening to it lately, and I don't really listen to my stuff like that. I've been listening to that album lately, and it just gets me in the mood where it's like, damn, like this shit bring me back. Like I remember when I was a kid, like, and you start seeing little visions. Like that's the type of music that is timeless. So I'm hoping that's what it do to the listeners.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of putting in a good job, like you said that you don't always do a good job. You always do a good job. You put in the work every time you sing. What do you mean?
Sometimes be our worst critic, man. Sometimes I be a little hard
Mm-hmm.
on myself, but I want to be the best of what I can be. So that's how it be sometimes.
And when it comes like I was saying, when it comes to real R&B, people usually use the word buttercream. Like you mean like that homie right there, that dude right there, that cat right there is buttercream. That cat right there could sing with
Mm,
meaning like sing with capital letters.
okay,
But
buttercream,
you
huh?
but you use butter smooth. You did it differently, and that's what I respect.
Yeah, we was just butter smooth. It's funny how that one came up because we was
Hmm.
doing a record called I Want to Know Your Name. That's on the album, and it's a part where I gotta like break it down and just start talking some smooth shit.
Hmm.
And I was just talking, and I said something like, yeah, that's my car, baby. You wanna come sit in the back, fill the seats, butter smooth, baby.
Uh,
And when I said the butter smooth, Ice was like, hold up, that's it right there, butter smooth, nigga. And that's what it was. It from there, butter smooth. That he's like, fuck it, that's the name right there.
mhm.
And it went from there.
Okay. So, the hit "Fly Away" that you did a few years back with your uncle Stevie D and Khalil, um, how did you feel when you did that song? Because it was dedicated to your family members that passed away. How did you feel? What was going through your mind?
Well, that song, "Fly with You," um, that song we did that song in 2020.
Hmm.
Um, it was written by a guy called, what's his name, Eric something. I forgot his last name. I'm sorry. And my guy, Rob Swartz, who mag, and shout out to Kev Crump also, who connected us with that. It was a beautiful song. At first, me and my uncle Steve and a couple of us, we was kind of like not really like there with it yet. My uncle Khalil though, he was like, "Yo, I'm telling you, y'all listen to the song. I'm telling you." I was just like, ah, then when we recorded it, it was just like, oh, hold on. And they kept, making it better and better with the mixes and stuff.
Hmm.
And we was getting a lot of good response before we even released it. And
Hmm.
the song just so happened, if we didn't write the song, but we was part of arrangement. But as well as the best part about it is the song came out so good that it's not only dedicated to my family, it's dedicated to everyone that we lost in 2020,
Yeah.
everyone we lost before, what I mean, whoever special that we, wanted to dedicate it to. It's just a soundtrack to your angels, you know what I mean? So your angels is around, and they telling you, you good, fly.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
everything is gonna be all right. They're watching over you. And
yeah,
everybody was shocked, on when Trisco passed because I met him back in 2015 and he was so sweet.
yeah,
He he showed me so much respect.
yeah. Trisco was that dude. Trisco was
Hmm.
cool.
Yep.
Trisco was that dude.
Hmm.
That
2020 was a traumatic year for
a
everybody
lot of
because
people. Yeah,
this pandemic it changed people's lives. And most people wonder how will life be like without the people who were important in their lives, who were in their lives, who will make them smile, who will or who will protect them.
mm-hmm.
they, they're no longer around, who always give them great advice.
Right, right. I mean, it's very sad. At
Hmm.
the same time, it's very powerful in a way
Hmm.
if you take this as something to make you stronger. Because
Hmm.
we did lose a lot of people that we love, but we
Hmm.
also gotta stay focused on how we gonna survive what we in now. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? We in something crazy right now, so we gotta
Hmm.
we juggling a lot. You know?
This has been going on for a year now, and they always saying the news things are gonna get better. The announcement that I want to hear is that how when is COVID-19 is gonna be put to an end, and this is when people around the United States will stop wearing masks.
Yeah, I think the mask thing is gonna be for a while though. I think
Mhm.
some people is gonna, look, it's a lot of people that ain't wearing a mask. It's a lot of people that wear their mask. I think it's just gonna be like that for a while. Whether they say it or not, there's still gonna be people wearing it because now they know that now you got people that's like extra on their little health stuff now. Stuff whoever wasn't really on their shit is now extra on their shit. Like, oh, that's I'm thinking of particles flying. Niggas never thought of no spit particles flying. and the air lasting
Mhm.
for 15 seconds and shit like that. Now they think about that shit. They put their
Mhm.
mask on.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, wear your mask. Is that, and most people think this is a joke. Whenever I see, like, people not wearing their masks, I was like, do they really, like, care? Do they really want, like, the world to be back to normal? It's like
mm,
people, they don't care. A lot of people died from this virus. This is no joke.
it is no joke. I just took a COVID test the other day. Actually, came back negative. You
God
know,
bless. God is good. Is that
yeah,
every time I get down on my knees, I always pray that, Lord, don't let any more lives be taken away from this pandemic. May this pandemic be put to an end. Father God, those who are dying from COVID-19, may you heal them
hmm,
fast.
amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going back to your new album and the Force MDs, basically, like, what was your experience like, performing on stage,
With my uncles.
um with your uncles and by yourself?
Well, I did a lot of shows with my uncles. A lot of
Hmm.
shows, and these were shows in like arenas and stadiums and uh, clubs and all type of shows. You know what I mean? And it was a lot of experience with that. Just the way that we. I've been putting a show together with them with the audio, but actually doing the steps with them and just being on
Hmm.
there, being a member on the stage, it's a whole nother energy because now it's like you have more energy on the stage with you,
Hmm.
and it just makes you go in a little more, you know. And I just try to take that into my solo performances. However I do on stage with my solo, I try to take that experience and put that into the energy I'm giving. You know,
Hmm.
but it's cool. It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Hmm.
I'm having a
Hmm.
hell of a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, but you just gotta be careful of them girls, because you got the looks, and let me tell you something. Once you the ladies cross, that's dangerous. That is dangerous. So you need to watch out for that. You need to watch out when they would just be like, coming after you, not giving you no ear
I stay in the
when
studio.
you singing.
I stay in the studio or I'm with my family. That's the only places I be. If I'm not,
Mhm.
yeah, if I'm traveling, I'm still trying to just put my work in.
Mhm.
I ain't really out here chasing anything or anything like that. Like I'm trying to build my legacy. I'm
Yeah,
staying focused on
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's what's up. When I first heard about you, when I was on at a radio show with your uncles, when, like, they first mentioned you when you first joined the group. They was like, oh, my nephew Zieme, when he was performing live, he had pennies thrown at him. I was like, oh Lord, he gotta be careful.
Yeah, those. I mean, I
You
remember those
gotta be
shows.
careful,
Yeah,
because
I had
not
some
all
great
pennies
shows.
are good pennies.
I
There
know
are
they
a lot
put
of nasty pennies that are gonna be thrown at you.
some little stains on it,
Hmm.
little crunchy stuff in there.
Hmm.
Now I hope not. I hope that don't happen. And and I definitely had a lot of fun shows though doing my solo stuff. Coming up
Hmm.
before all of this, when I was doing my Scream My Name album, that was my first album, Scream
Hmm.
My Name, and I did a lot of good runs with that vibe. And then I went through a journey, man. Everything is a journey. I'm still going through it,
Hmm. Yeah.
and I
Every
got more
music
things
career
coming.
is a journey. And,
Yeah.
you're very consistent at what you do. I knew about you for quite a while now.
Well, I think it's very important that we stay in the public eye as much as we can. I mean, the way things is going now with all these platforms, you got to be fast with posting and keep
Mhm.
consistent with content, and it's just a lot of people ain't really into that with putting their life every day. Some people just,
Mhm.
rather post a pic here and there,
Mhm.
but I mean, we just gotta stay ahead of the game. I like to say that. Stay ahead of the game with whatever you're doing. You know,
Mhm.
if you see me a lot of places, that means I'm trying to stay ahead of the game. I'm connecting with the right people. I'm trying to make sure that my calendar's
Mhm.
filled. I'm trying to
Yeah.
stay stress free.
Mhm.
Trying to just,
As always,
yeah,
drama free, stress free.
yeah. That's the
Mhm.
only way. The only way
Yeah.
for happiness.
Yeah, you just gotta be careful of who you have in your circle in the industry, because not everybody is your friend. Not everybody wants the best from you.
Absolutely. Yeah, my circle is very selective.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Uh,
yeah.
yeah. I just want to ask you this: have people ever thought that you were mixed? Because I did. I thought you were mixed.
I get that every time. It's either Dominican or Indian, Pakistan,
Mm-hmm.
Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I get a few mixes.
Hmm. Yeah, I really thought that you was like Indian and black. And let me tell you a funny story. This was a couple of years ago when I was coming from Brooklyn. I was coming from this event. I saw this guy. He looked just like you, no lie. And I was like, and he was trying to talk to me. I was like, oh wow, but he's cute though. But he's Indian and black. So the first time I saw you that when we started talking, I remember that guy. And like when I started talking to you, I was like, oh my God, that guy looked just like Zahim.
Yeah, I get a few of those.
Hmm. So what's like the worst um the worst thing you've experienced in your music career?
Some of the worst things I've
Yeah.
experienced. Um, I remember. I remember when I was in my group, 5L, with my cousins,
Okay.
and we did a show. I think it was in Philly,
Uh-huh.
stadium in Philly. We was opening up for. We was trying to. We were supposed to open up for Lil Wayne, but at that time,
Mhm.
I guess Lil Wayne didn't want nobody opening up for him, and he had Mano, he had the Locks, he had somebody else in there. I forgot. We went in the
Mhm.
dressing room with the Locks. We was vibing with the Locks. So then we went on stage, and we had this routine we got, right. Long story short, to come out, we're supposed to come out and do this acapella. I come out, do the acapella. They screaming, boom, 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 and then the thing drop. Boom, we all in the zone, and then the first 15 seconds we good. Next thing you know, the DJ just stops the music. Then it's like skipping to like the third verse or some shit. Then he's
Mhm.
stopping it. So then, for some reason, it just stopped completely while everybody was in the mid of the whole vibe,
Mhm.
and that it felt so stupid. But we
Uh-huh.
played it off so dope because we was just practicing dialogues that day. Like we was like, yo, just in case something happened, niggas better say something or come up with something to talk about. And so we was on it when the beat dropped instantly. We knew something messed up. We went right into dialogue. And so after that, it became a beautiful turnout, though, and the girls loved it. and
Mhm.
it was dope. But that was one of the worst joints. Another worst one. I was in a auditorium in, I think, Boston, at a college,
Mhm.
and I'm singing, and it's real intimate. Next thing you know, the mic cut off while I'm singing, so I had to, like, sing the song out a whole louder and extra octave up and all this. It's like,
Mhm.
mic checks, but it was a few. Man, I had a few funny moments, man.
Mhm.
I had a few funny moments where things didn't go well. You know. A matter of fact, I got a worse moment. I got a moment where I was on The Voice. I made it.
Oh.
I made it all the way to the live auditions. Made it all the way to the live auditions. Um, Came out hard. Like, soon. See, the thing was, though, they made me pick a. They chose a song for me. They gave me the options of songs. I chose one song. They told me to do the other song.
Mhm.
The other song I knew didn't showcase the vocal ability, because they saw me doing some dancing in the hallway. So they was like, "Yo, you got to do that, man. Do that in the show." Da 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 da.
Mhm.
And I
That's
knew
what they
something
want
was
to
up.
see. That's what the
Like,
audience want to see. A mean two step.
yeah, something. I was doing some Michael Jackson shit, and they was just like, "Holy
Uh-huh.
snap! What the?" And they wanted me to do that in the performance, and I knew that the judges was really going to say something about
Mhm.
that part, because they want to hear the vocals. It's about the voice or whatever. So I came out dope with the dope little bow. The band was on point with every drop I was doing. I had them screaming, and all the judges was jamming, but nobody was turning around.
Mhm.
And I didn't get a bad. Nobody said anything bad. Their teams was all filled up. It was only the only one that had that was looking for one more person was, I think, Adam Levine. I think it was between Adam Levine and I think CeeLo. I think it was Adam Levine and CeeLo, and they was both looking for girls. You know what I mean? They wanted girls and shit, because they was all filled with guys or whatever, or something like that.
Mhm.
And I was last. It was me and John Legend, brother. Actually, we was the last two. Like, we was roomies and all of that. Shout out to Vaughn and shit. But yeah, we both went last out of the whole thing. I guess because of alphabetical or some shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
And,
what it was.
yeah, a lot of chaos happened that day, huh? Woo.
Yeah, it was. But hey,
Mm.
shit, I got paid though. I got paid.
But you
I had
survived.
some great experience, and I survived, and I was
Mhm.
good.
Mhm. So basically, that's like the worst slash best experience of your music career.
Mm-hmm.
Can
It
you
is.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. So is there any best experience or just
Best
that?
experience. My
Uh,
best experiences, man. I had a lot of good experiences on the road performing with. I've performed on stages with so many legends, hip hop legends, and singers, and you know, just doing that alone, not even thinking about money or anything, just to be in that presence and be on
mm-hmm.
that same list on them shows. And I'm alone here with Big Daddy Kane and Dougie Fresh and Houdini and Kango Kid, all these greats, you know what I mean, all on the
Hmm.
stage, like,
Sorry for cutting you off. We just gotta keep Kango in our prayers.
oh yes, keep Kango in the prayers for real. He's a strong brother though. Kango's gonna make it through. I believe
Amen.
that. I believe that. That's gonna get out fast. Godspeed.
Oh, okay,
Word up.
continue.
Nah,
Continue.
but yeah, my best moments, man, was just getting that experience, and as well as meeting the OG and being amongst some such greatness, man. Because Ice is
Mm-hmm.
so respected, man, and all over the world, you know, and just to be in that circle, with everyone who's affiliated with him and who he respects, and it's just like I got some great representation. You know what I mean? My
Mm-hmm.
uncles, Khalil. Khalil been grooming me since I started. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Khalil been grooming me since I started, and
Mm-hmm.
McBenzo being another heavy hitter in the game, just having him on the team add some extra little hot sauce too.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I got some heavy. I got Kevin. You know, I got Kev Crump. I got Donnie Lau. You know, just having these guys, these names attached to me. These are my greatest experiences now. My latest greatest experiences. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That's what I can say about that.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. And you gonna learn the worst and the best. Okay. Besides your uncles and all the members from the Force MDs, name who are five R&B singers that you look up to.
Michael Jackson, Usher, R. Kelly. Well, at that time, R. Kelly. Um, Babyface, and I want to say either like Brandy. It was either Brandy and Aaliyah, like
Okay, making
coming up.
six.
You know what I
Okay,
mean?
and speaking of those that you mentioned, why do you look up to them?
I mean, I just, when it goes with the Michael and the Usher stuff, that's more the entertainment side. How they perform. They have a different type of energy, the dance and the
Mm-hmm.
all type of stuff going on, and it's more creative. I love that. And then you have when it goes down towards the baby face and the brandies and you know the Whitneys and people like that. That's more into songwriting and emotion. And so I look at them as, those are people that touch me more when it comes to singing songs
Mm-hmm.
versus performing and, I mean, more entertainment wise, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. Yep, makes a lot of sense. Okay. If you will go, if you will go back, what would you tell your younger self?
Mm. If I can go back and tell my younger self, it would be stay on point,
Mm-hmm.
stay ahead of the game,
Yep.
tap in, tap in. Because it's so easy to get distracted and we grow. As we grow, we still learn. And no matter how old we are, we still learning something. Whether it's
Mm-hmm.
something we could have knew a long time ago and nobody ever showed us, or something that nobody knows about and we the first ones to know. Like it's always something we learn. And so if I was to, all the stuff that I know now,
Mm-hmm.
I would just I would be some type of virtual teacher speaking
Mm-hmm.
to my younger self every day. Like, all right, today we talking about crypto and Bitcoin. Let's get into that. Learn as much as you can for these amount of days. Boom, boom. By the time
Yep.
you get this age, boom, boom, start investing in these things. Like, if I could start telling myself to invest in certain stuff and watch the money, manage the money
Mhm.
certain ways, and
Yep,
investing in
yep.
certain
You
things,
gotta
that
work smart. You gotta spend that money smart. Don't
yeah,
spend it all at once.
yeah, right, exactly. You got to invest in assets, invest in things, and make your money make money for you. Like that's what I'm big on right now. I've been trying to show my daughters and just people that I'm around. We always talk about stuff like that, and I just be like, yo, I just want to make sure that my money's making money for me. I don't want to work for money. You know what I'm saying? My money has to work for me. So that means
Um,
I have to invest in things that makes money on its own, you know?
mhm,
And when the kids learn that and they catch on like that and they start playing games that involve that type of brain processing, stuff
mhm.
like that. So they invest in certain things that can help them win the game at the end of it when everybody spend all their money out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So
Mhm.
if we can kind of drill that in and drill that type of lingo into the kids, and that's how they will be on their game when they get close to the age I'm at now.
Yeah.
They're gonna already be sharp. Like, hold on, I ain't
Mhm.
buying all that. Hold on, no. I got this amount right here. I want to buy me a land over here and build some of this stuff over here. I want
Yeah.
to buy that building right there. It already got tenants in it. That's been just certain way they brain gonna be talking. It ain't gonna be like I gotta buy all of new Gucci, Louis, all that shit. Like that's out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah, you gotta teach them young, teach them at an early age because when they reach a certain age, they would just be like, "Man, why was I not taught this? This was
Yeah,
what I was supposed to learn." You gotta
right.
teach them young.
And they don't really teach this in school. They don't teach this in school. So
Mhm.
if you really have the patience and you really have the knowledge and you have the time, my advice to anyone doing you know any type of job or career or whatever it is, invest in that right there because that's what's gonna take care of you. Well, so you can
Mhm.
sit down.
Yep.
Hmm.
Mhm. Okay, so before we get off and we call it an evening, why don't you tell the people on here and your fans about the new album? Tell them about the new album.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Butter Smooth is a classical, recover that I've done just to pay homage to the great singers and songwriters that was before all of the R&B we hear today. And so our goal is to get you in the vibe and get you in the zone, just to calm you down for a while. Not too long. It's only 11 songs. But these songs is gonna take you back to them good old ass whippings, them good old collard greens and cooked food on Sundays, them good old times when you got good grades and you was going to King's Plaza or somewhere that had all the toys. These are songs that put you in the vibe. And this is
Mhm.
the vibe I want you to get when you listen to Butter Smooth. So I want y'all to go on officialzieme.com. That's
Mhm.
Zieme.com. Or in my
Mhm.
Instagram at officialzieme. There's a
Mhm.
link right there that's directly to the
Mhm.
Butter Smooth album. I want y'all to click on that and I want you to enjoy that on your favorite streaming platform. And I want you to come back and tell Silver Swan, thank you. Thank you very much for having Zaim put these links on your platform. And I thank you very much for having me on your
You're
platform.
very welcome. Mhm.
Yes.
You mentioned King Plaza, straight out of Brooklyn. I'm a
Yeah.
Brooklyn native too.
Come on now. Come on. You already know how it used to be back in those days.
From Brooklyn to Staten Island.
Right. I was born in Staten Island. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So, yeah, Staten Island else too. Shout out to everybody too, man. Shout out to my uncles for some D's. We got a lot of stuff coming out. Look out, Fly With You is out all platforms. That's a very beautiful song. Y'all go check that out. The videos on YouTube. Fly With You for some D's. My latest song, That's the Way It's Gotta Be. Body and Soul is available in all platforms. The video is on YouTube right now. Fine Body and Soul by Zieme. Beautiful song. Also, that was written by Paul Kaiser. He got in touch with me, the original songwriter of that record. He got in touch with me, and we're gonna be doing some things too, and that's gonna be beautiful. Um, Shout out to Khalil, my uncle, who's my business partner as well, Kev Crump. Shout out to Mick Benzo, that's who's connected me with Ice and who's been working with me for several times. Shout out to Ice. You know already know what Ice is about, So I thank you for you and your platform as well. And shout out to all the people that tuned in. Shout out to everybody that's gonna go get the butter smooth. And shout out to everybody that's gonna follow us after they watch this. And that's it.
All right, Zahin. Okay, you have a wonderful evening. You enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. And
Thank you.
last but not least, make sure you kiss those beautiful babies for me.
Thank you very much. I sure will.
All right, thank you. We'll talk
Listen.
soon.
Yes, yes. Bless up.
All right, stay blessed.